Good morning, world. It's 10 o'clock. I just woke up. Yeah. Yeah. I just woke up. Fucking tired. Yeah, I can see by me. Yeah, I had a good sleep, obviously. Yeah. I'm off today, but I work tomorrow. Are you getting your bike fixed today? Yes. After this video, I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna I have to walk all the way to the place and get it fixed, obviously. Yeah. I don't know how much I got paid. I probably got like 600, like 50 or something like that. 600 or around there I got paid. Yeah. Yeah. The Oilers lost again, by the way. Yeah, remember the video I made last year? I said, yeah, the chance of the Oilers making the Stanley Cup back to back is unlikely. They made it this year again, and they lost to Florida as I predicted. Right, I predicted Panthers are going to take it because I told you the quota in the NHL does not allow for the Canadian teams to win. That's just how it works, man. Why do the American teams have most of the upper hand? Because the American teams have most of the better players. Like all the good like Canadian American players are usually signed on with the American teams. The Canadian teams don't have as good of players, obviously. And I feel bad for Connor McDavid because Connor McDavid is the best player in the NHL right now, and he has amazing accolades, amazing stats, and everything. He broke a lot of records, and yet he has no ring. There's all these other athletes who were one of the best in the NHL in their prime days. Obviously, they all have rings. McDavid has no rings. And that's why I said, if McDavid wants to get a ring, he has to get out of Edmonton and go with an American team. If he wants to get a shot at a Stanley Cup, because if he stays in Edmonton, he might have a career with no rings, right? Yeah. McDavid will be a legend when he retires, but if he has no rings, no one's really going to talk about him, right? Just like you have Dan Marino in the NFL. He's a legend, but he has no Super Bowls. That's why no one really talks about Dan Marino. He has no Super Bowls. McDavid needs to get a Stanley Cup, and this was his opportunity to get 2 Stanley Cups, and his team blew it, man. I feel bad for the guy right now. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he has the stats. Yeah, he has the stats. He's a generational player like Sidney Crosby and Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky and all those guys in their prime days, and yet he has no rings. Hence why I highly doubt Oilers are gonna have a three-peat, right? I highly doubt they're gonna make the Stanley Cup next year. It's very tough to make the Stanley Cup, and they made it 2 years in a row and they blew it. I told you the quota in the NHL does not allow for the Canadian teams to win. That's just how it works, man. That's why McDavid has to leave Edmonton. I recommend he goes to an American team if he wants to strand his chances of getting a Stanley Cup, right? Yeah. Because McDavid is now getting to the point where he's getting older now. He's in his late 20s. Once he hits his 30s, he's no longer in his prime days. He'll still do good in the NHL, but he won't be doing as good as he did when he was in his 20s. His body is getting a little bit older. That's why he needs to get out of Edmonton. Edmonton's going to throw him a boatload of money, but chances are he's going to leave and go to another team. But if he goes to a Canadian team, he might not get a Stanley Cup. I recommend he goes to an American team if he wants to get a Stanley Cup, right? Because the Canadian teams just can't beat the American teams in the Stanley Cup. That's how it works, right? Unfortunately, right now. We'll see. When McDavid retires, he will become a Hall of Famer, obviously. But if he has no rings, no one's gonna. He's not gonna be known as no one's really gonna talk about him because he has no rings. All the other greats have rings. He has no rings. He needs to get a ring. Yeah, a Stanley Cup ring, right? Some Sarah. Yeah. Because McDavid is a generational player. He's one of the best ever to play the game, right? In the NHL, he's amazing, man. Amazing hockey player, right? Some of the stuff he does, I'm like, how the fuck does he do that, man? It's like, it's crazy. Yeah. I've seen his highlights, man. I'm like, holy shit, this guy is amazing. And he does stuff. Him and Sidney Crosby, you see their highlights, they do things that are not human, man. How the fuck do they do that? Do all these moves and everything? How the fuck do you do that, man? Yeah. But he has no rings. He needs to get a ring, right, David? I'm sorry. Hopefully the Oilers make it again next year, but McDavid is now in his final year of his contract. If the Oilers, let's say the Oilers make the Stanley Cup again, I highly doubt, but you never know, they might make the Stanley Cup again, they lose again, McDavid's out of Edmonton. He's not gonna extend his contract with them. Yeah, he's out of Edmonton. If they make it again next year, I highly doubt it, but if they do, and they lose again, McDavid is out of Edmonton. I'm predicting it right now. He's not going to re-sign with Edmonton. He's going to go to another team. Because he needs to get his Stanley Cup, man. His legacy's at stake, man. Yeah, there's nothing worse than being, you may have all these stats, you're a legend, but you have no rings, man. He needs to get a ring, right? And he could have had 2 rings, but his team blew it, man. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sidetracking. Yeah. So McDavid is your favorite player in the NHL? Yeah, he is. McDavid's my favorite player in the NHL right now. Yeah, right now he's the best player in the NHL, right? Obviously, I don't think there's anyone playing on the same level as McDavid, obviously, in the NHL right now. I'm sidetracking. Yeah. Are you going to apply a job? Say, Ivan, I will. But my stepmother has to buy ink because the ink downstairs ran out. So I have to buy ink. My stepmother has to buy ink so I can print my resume and I can apply to jobs. I'm going to apply to that hotel job, dishwashing job there. I already applied online. I never got back to me, but I'll apply in person. Maybe it might work, and they might perhaps be interested in me, right? Because it'd be nice to work at that hotel. I work there. After my shift, I can go swimming, lose some weight. Yeah. Some Sarah. Yeah. So, like, you're sick and tired of doing blood, sweat, tears, or peanuts? Yes. I'm not supposed to be making peanuts. I'm supposed to be a multi-billionaire, but the gatekeepers betrayed me. They locked all the doors on me, hence why I'm poor. And that's why God gave me the keys. The cursed keys. That way I can open my own door and the gates don't toot me. Yeah. Yeah, Ivan, I gave you the keys. You can open your own door, you can make your billions, but you have to own something. And I wrote my Xanus book. My amazing Xanus book. And Yeah, and that's the ticket for me to be king. BG King with me, obviously. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how much money do you make off your book? 10, 11, 12 billion, or maybe 14, 15 billion, or maybe $20 billion I make off the book. Or I'm shocked and I make my 30, 40, 50 billion. If more than like 2+ billion people buy my book, I'll make my $50 billion off the book. Now I make $50 billion off the book, I will make Xanus for 3 billion. A billion per volume, and I can put like 600 million towards visual effects. I can put a good 250 million towards costumes, armor, weapons, machines for the mask. A good 60 million towards sample name, maybe 70 million towards extras. Was the salary for the actors and the crewmen stays the same at 410 or 450 if I choose Russell Crowe and the Shaman. I'm not going any higher than that. I'm not. Even if I make more, I'm not paying them more money. That's enough. They don't make that in Hollywood. You have to be strict with the agents and managers I have in Hollywood. Pretty pigs. So I'm not paying the actors money. This is good enough. They don't make this in Hollywood. Yeah, but chances are I'm going to make my 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 billion. $20 billion. Yeah. Easy. I how much money out your book, by the way. I made total $5 million. You made $12 million with a B? Like 12 billion with a B? I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money, Ivan. Are you gonna share that with me? I'm like, yeah, I will, man. Relax. I'm gonna share mine with you. Chill, man. Yeah, that's fucking evil. Yeah. Yeah. I can now fund Zanes for $2.1 billion. 700 million per volume. How will you give Peter Jackson under the budget for the movie? Or Mel Gibson if I choose Mel Gibson right now. You need to give Peter under the budget, that way you can do whatever he wants for the movie. Yeah. Do what he wants for his movie, obviously. He's gonna ask me, how much money you give me for my Zanes movie? I'm like, you want to know? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah. I'm like, $2.1 million. It's like $2.1 million or 700 million per volume. I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit. My whole Hobbit trilogy was made for $700 million, Ivan. For all 3 movies combined, you're making it for 700 per volume. He's like, holy shit, that's an unlimited budget. And I'm putting 400 million towards visuals. Peter, is that enough? Ivan, that's more than enough. That's a revolution of technology with that money, Ivan. I know. He's all happy, Peter. I gave him all the budget. Yeah. 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 Is your book really a masterpiece? Yes, it is. You guys read it, read sections of my book, and it's, that's fucking entertaining. Yeah, my whole book is like that. I'm not lying to you guys. My whole book is constant entertainment. When you read it, you're hooked, turning the page. It's a masterpiece. Yeah. There's a reason why the Gates want to control it, because they know it's going to be more popular than Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and Game of Thrones, man. More popular IP than those books. And Ivan makes this $12.5 million off the book, and VJ can start entertaining with that money, and they're going to make their billions off the movie merchant game. Like 100 billion in sales, something crazy. We want to control that, yeah. Yeah, they're thinking of the bigger picture. Yeah, even if Ivan only makes like $12.5 million off his book, he has the keys to the game, has power, and he can start his own studio with VJ. Sign that mega deal with Amazon and sell his merch and his game and his movie. Like, him and VJ, that's billions of VJ. We want to control that. They're greedy pigs. With zero, you're not touching my money, man. You won't let me touch your money. You're not touching my money either. That's how it works. You have me work minimum wage my whole life. I'm not going to have you touch my money and steal my money and give me peanuts, man. Like, VJ sold out, she's only worth $12 million. I think that answers the question. You're envious. You're never going to let me be successful. I'm not an idiot, man. That's why I'm not selling. You're going to dupe me. I don't want to share with a garbage wife forever in the world. So, Sarah? Yeah. VJ's trash, man. I'll never do that, man. There's a reason why I run away, VJ, when you dream every night. Because I don't want you touching me. You're fucking trashy garbage. Don't hate him, son, yeah. And it pisses her off. Yeah, Ivan always runs away. Yeah, because you're garbage and trash, VJ. As long as you're garbage and trash, you're never going to see me, man. You're never going to see Ivan O'Mara. You're never going to see the light. You're going to see hell. That's how it works, obviously. That's one reason why you want me to pay, Will, because you know if I don't pay, you're never going to know what it's like for Ivan O'Mara to bang a chick. And you guys see that as a price because you're crazy people. You know, if you turn us on so much, we want to see you fuck people. And have you and VJ paid. Yeah, you by doing this, I'd peace out. You made your choice. I set the whole thing up. You have the two choices, right? Either you're saved and you experience the glory of God, I and VJ in public highway, you're never going to, you have to put up with the envy. You're never going to know what it's like for us to have sex. You want to call that a price. Or you make us pay, and now the glory and fame that we're going to public eyes behind the scenes, and you're left behind. The whole thing is set up, and you make your choice. You guys knew this would happen, and you made your choice. You're fucking stupid people. No, I haven't set the whole thing up. Yeah, like either we yeah. Like, fuck, man, yeah, like, the only way for us to be saved is Ivy makes reels for us on the Satellite Channel, but he's not going to let us do it like that, no. Because we make fun of them as and we act like he watched himself, yes. I even stopped watching himself, yes. That's what I'm getting on, like, he goes, so you get reserve. You're left behind, you're not safe, there you go. And only the chosen lucky Hollywood actors who are chosen for my Zane's movie and The Great Escape, those actors are going to be saved and experience the glory and fame. Be famous movie stars with me and BJ, obviously. Yeah, but the Zane stars are the luckiest, man, because they're going to be a part of that heroic journey, man. Heir to them are devils and demons. They're lucky, those guys. The Zane stars, right? John Magan, they're lucky. Alonzo Monsu. Yeah. I just, boy, Ashley and Andy Serkis, those guys are lucky. They're going to experience success in every me and BJ. But after the movie project is over with, you're going to go back to Hollywood, left behind, you gotta deserve. So I'm saying, I'm going to get more coffee, guys, in a good maybe 10 minutes. Yeah. So I'm saying, what are you going to eat today for your cheat day? Belmont, Glenwood Pizza. I'm going to get their burgers. They have amazing burgers. One of the best in Elmwood, man. I recommend you guys try Glenwood Pizza's Belmont burgers. They have amazing burgers, man. Really good burgers. Best pizza in Elmer, in my opinion. And they also have one of the best burgers. I like their burgers even more than Snack Shack. Snack Shack has amazing burgers too, but it's not as good as Glenwood Pizza. But there's a depanneur next to Dinty's. That place probably has the best burgers. They have amazing fresh burgers there. Then Belmont's probably Lemon Pizza's probably number 2 for me for the burgers. But their pizza is the best in Elmer. Glenwood Pizza, they have amazing pizza, man. Yeah, amazing pizza. I recommend you guys try Glenwood Pizza, man. They have amazing pizza in Elmer, man. Best in Elmer, yeah. You'll see that when you eat it, guys. It's amazing, especially with a garlic dip. So good. And so I'm gonna miss these places in Elmer, right? Because Elmer's a small town. I have all these restaurants that I go to, these fast food restaurants I go to. I'm gonna miss all those places. Because when I'm king, I'm moving to Vancouver, British Columbia with VG. Obviously, we're gonna live in Vancouver. That's where we're living. And I choose where we live, VG, because I saved your ass. It's fair. I mean, it's fair. Yes, I saved your fucking ass, man. It's fair. So if you will understand that you decide where we choose to live, yes, because I'm the one who saved your ass, man. I'm the one who, because of me, you're out of Hollywood, you're queen, you control the money with me, and you're sharing the millions with me. You're not left behind. You're saved with me, and so I deserve to choose where we live. It's fair, man. After what I fucking did for you, man. Yeah, it's fair, yes. And we're living in Vancouver. Everything else we talk it over together, but I choose where we live. It's fair, man. I'm the one who saved your fucking ass. Yeah. That's why she'll be so appreciative of me, because she knows that I'm the one who did this for her, man. Without me, she wouldn't be living this life. Yeah. She'd be left behind in Hollywood seeing hell. There you go. Yeah. 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 So your book is a little raw. When you guys read section of my book, and you caught obviously a little bit of stiff dialogue when you read it, right? A little bit in some sections, but most of it is top notch. Yeah, most of it's top notch, but I caught a little bit of rawness in some of your writing. It's a bit stiff. Yes, but still more entertaining than all these other books that you read, right? Yeah, the other books may not have as stiff dialogue and not as raw because they have professional editors edit their book, but the book is not as entertaining. My book is still the better read, as I did everything myself with no editor, right? But I'd rather leave a bit of my rawness in there than have someone ruin my story. That's why I don't want anyone touching my story. I don't need help with the story. The story's a masterpiece. But because I don't have an editor, some sections of it's a bit raw when you read it, especially volume 3, but still an entertaining read, and it's better than all these fantasy books that came out. And my stepmother told me my book's number 1 in the world. When she said number 1, that means in the book publishing industry, it's number 1. Which means it's better than Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Blow Time, and Owls and Men. It's a better book than all those books. Bryan Sanderson, Stormlight Way of Kings, better than all those books. Yeah. Yeah. So if you have the magic trick, you know how to keep the reader hooked. Yes. Because when you guys read my book, you were hooked reading it. Yeah, and I was hooked. Yes, I know how to keep you hooked, man. I have the gift. Because when I read my book, I'm hooked. Yeah. I remember one time, I think I binged like 3 chapters in one day. I went one day, I binged the whole like, chapter. I read it. I binged the whole thing. It's a pager. I'm hooked. Yeah. Yeah. How much will you sell your book for, Ivan? The ebook I'll sell for $22. With all you guys in the world who don't want to pay $80 for the print, you can pay your $22 and read the ebook. That's like $27 after taxes, right? That's not that expensive. Or you can pay the 80, 85. I'll probably charge 85 though. I make it for money. You pay your $85. You get the beautiful red print book edition, beautiful print edition, and you pay your $85. But it's worth it. That's the best $85 you're gonna spend in your life. The book nerds will buy the print. They like having a print collection. And the rich around the world, the celebrities, they'll buy the print because $85 to a celebrity who makes hundreds of thousands to millions is pocket change. But the average person, $85 is a bit stiff. But they can afford it too, but it's a bit stiff and pricey. If you don't want to pay the $85, just pay your $22 and read the ebook on your laptop. If you don't want to pay the $85, that's why you have ebook options, which is good, obviously, right? You know. Which most people are gonna buy the ebook because they don't feel like waiting. Yeah, I don't feel like waiting like 2.5 weeks for my book to arrive in the mail. You also have to be aware of spoilers. I want to read the book right now when they purchase the ebook. Or some of the book nerds, they might purchase the ebook, that way they can read it right away because they want to read my book so bad. And later on, they purchase the print, that way they can have a print collection and read it on their print. But most of the book nerds are going to buy the print. They like having a print collection in their house, obviously. Book nerds all have print collections, book print collections in their house, right? Of like many books that they own. Yeah, they like having a collection. The book nerds. Whereas the non-book nerds are most likely going to buy the ebook and read it on their laptop or their iPad. I recommend you don't read it on your phone. Read it on your iPad or your laptop, right? Because most people nowadays have laptops. You know, like most of the students will purchase the ebook because a lot of students do not have much money because they have to pay their hefty tuition fees, so they're gonna buy the ebook, obviously, and they read it on their laptop. All students have laptops. They read the book on their laptop. They're looking for entertainment right of lifetime. Looking at a fucking masterpiece, man. That I wrote. That's my novel written, man. Yeah. Ivan, what's the best volume? For me personally, it's Volume 3, but I think most fans like Volume 2 the best. Or maybe Volume 3 the best, I don't know. But I think Volume 2 will be most people's favorite because it's the bridge chapter between the other volumes. The bridge chapter of the story. But you can argue, if you're more into the big climaxes and your mind being blown away, you'll like Volume 3 better. But if you're more into like the flow of the dialogue and the drama and the politics, you'll like Volume 2 better. It just depends on the art history, obviously. But Volume 3 has the scenes that blow your mind away. Volume 2, you can argue, is more hooks you in terms of the dialogue. But Volume 3 hooks you more with the climaxes, not the dialogue. But it hooks you more with the climaxes, the big scenes. That's why it's like a back and forth, right? And Volume 3, you can argue, is the most raw in terms of how it's written. It's a little bit more raw than the other volume. That's why I'm going over Volume 3 and I'm polishing up a few things. But most of the dialogue, and even Volume 3, is top notch, but you'll catch a bit of more rawness in Volume 1 and Volume 2. That's why some fans might think Volume 3 is the worst. I like Volume 2 the best. Or some fans will say they like Volume 3 the best, Volume 2 is a close second, and Volume 1 is the worst. And some fans might even like Volume 1 the best. I highly doubt Volume 1. Because Volume 1 is a build of the story. Like, Volume 2 for me is clearly better than Volume 1. Because more shit happens, right? You meet the Southerns, the dungeon scene, the capture scene. It's more interesting than Volume 1. Volume 1 is the build-up of what happens in the story. Yeah. But Volume 1 is also amazing too, but it's the build-up chapter. That's why it's the worst one, obviously, Volume 1. It's the build-up. It builds everything up that happens in Volume 2 when you read it. I won't spoil the story for you. And I showed you scenes in Volume 2 and scenes in Volume 1. The scenes in Volume 2 are obviously more entertaining, right? I showed you on Tactius, the prologue. I showed you when Cassius meets Francis, Cleo, Sebastian. We're in Aretas, or we're in his domain. Darling, give me a cup of wine. That's all Volume 1. Young Tactius, that's all Volume 1. But then the scene when Joe was like, the wolf and drank. Father, what's wrong? When Tactius meets Livia, the beginning of the when Tactius meets Job and Eli, when they arrive at the walls in Saphius, that's Volume 2. You can tell Volume 2 looks more interesting. Yeah, it is more interesting than Volume 1. But Volume 1 is also interesting too, as when you guys read sections of my book, you were hooked too, right? Yeah. My personal favorite is Volume 3, but I think most fans like, I'm predicting most fans will like Volume 2 the best. Yeah, Volume 2 is my favorite. I like Volume 2 the best, yeah. Or Volume 3. We'll see what happens. You never know, right? Yeah. Yeah. Wait, go upstairs and get more coffee, guys. I'll be back in a sec. We'll guys join the show. Alright guys, I'm back. Went upstairs to get my coffee. What are you gonna do after this, Ivan? I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna walk to. I have to walk. Quite a long walk. I have to walk to the bike place and get my bike fixed. Because I hate walking to work and everything, right? I also have to pay off the government. I'll put $60. A lot of my money will be getting blown this paycheck. I have a good about $900 saved. I'll probably end up blowing maybe another $250 in my savings. I'm down to like $650. The next paycheck I should hit $1,100 saved. Because a lot of my money will be getting blown today, right? Yeah, $60 towards paying off the government and my taxes, and after my bike might cost me $80, $70 to fix. I have to fix my brakes, install a new seat installation. I also have to fix the screw. My bike is good, obviously. Yeah. 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 So in the movie, you're gonna act cocky and arrogant. Yeah. People tell me, Ivan, you gotta act cocky and arrogant. Don't act mature. In the first volume, the first half of the second volume, and then once you get to one dungeon, you're more humble and you're more mature. And in volume 3, you become really mature. Ivan, okay, and I destroy the role as tactics in the movie when I act right. Yeah. Edmond and Peter are gonna guide me when I act because my director's right. Directing the movie. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. 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 So finally hit Peter Jackson's mind, and those will be better than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, you have Eretan and his army marching like Helm's Deep. You have an Exodus like Prince of Egypt. Peter's I even think something like Prince of Egypt is deep like that. They're in the caverns and demon bats live there. You have the life behind the walls, Harry's been doing the dungeon, the capture scene when John Meg and Jimon Su are in Barak and all the thousands of wolves are staring at them and laughing at them. And they're devils and Eretan interrogates them. They get thrown in a pit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, holy shit, Ivan. You have the end war, the end, the battle scene in the caverns, the politics. They don't know they don't think he's a Princess Anne. He's on trial tactics. But he's like, Ivan, this is gonna be a master. This is gonna be better than my Lord of the Rings, Ivan. I know people it's better than Lord of the Rings. The world's gonna feel for you guys, especially with the Exodus scene. You're gonna feel for us because you have the 20,000 demonic army marching towards Saphias. You also have the devil bats in the caverns. And some children won't see the north. They won't see Taki's Heavenly Kingdom. Like, yeah, he's like, holy shit, I'll be looking at a master's Ivan. They're excited to go to the north, but the path is dangerous. Like, yeah, he's like, holy shit. This is gonna be Red Lord of the Rings, Ivan. I know, he's Red Lord of the Rings. Masterpiece. Peter, are you more excited for my movie than you were Lord of the Rings? Ivan, are you fucking kidding me? I'm way more excited for your movie. Ivan, like, you're acting as a lead, Ivan. And VG is other. I'm way more excited for your movie than I was Lord of the Rings. And your story's better than Lord of the Rings, Ivan. You gave me an unlimited budget, Ivan. For Lord of the Rings, they only gave me a shitty $9 budget, Ivan. Yeah, people tell me, Ivan, fuck Hollywood. You pay me way more money than what I made for The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings combined. You gave me an unlimited budget. I'm way more excited for your movie, Ivan. I can't wait for this movie. I know, Peter. Relax, man. Chill. Yeah. Yeah. So the horror is real, yeah, guys. I'm not playing around, man. The horror of Everton it's gonna be real. Because I'm putting so much money towards the mask. I don't know, 150 million towards the mask and the costumes and weapons and all stuff. So we're gonna create the best prosthetic mask. And I'm putting $400 million towards special effects and visual effects. So you do the math how scary Harry will be. People say, alright, for Lord of the Rings, you only put like 35 million, 40 million towards visual effects. You're putting 10 times that. You're looking at Devil's Island. Like, the orcs in Lord of the Rings and Two Towers and the Ringways were pretty creepy. And Lord of the Rings was PG-13. Well, you can only imagine how scary Eretai is. Xanus is rated R. And they're going to be devils and demons. If you think the Terrifier clown, who's pretty freaky, Pennywise the clown was freaky, nothing. Eretai will make these beings look good, man. You're looking at devils and demons. Yeah. Demons and devils, yeah, man. Sarah. Demons and devils. Yeah. 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 So John Boyega's agent might want more money, yeah. John Boyega's agent might push for 20 million of the film profits. I'm like, no. John gets 8.5. Give him 8.5. If he's worth like 18 plus, John, I can give him 10. 10 of the film profits. I'm not going higher than 10 for him. His chances are John Boyega might be worth close to his 20 million in a good 10 years from now. He's worth like his 8, 9, 10 now. In 10 years, he might be worth 20 million. You pay him his 10. I'm not going any higher than 9 million for John Boyega. Obviously, that's a good deal for him. So he signed like his 20, 21, 22 million deal with John Boyega. That's a massive contract for him. I'm not paying him more money. You're getting greedy, John. I'm not paying more money. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Idris Elba's agent might want 50 million of the film profits. I'm like, no, Idris Elba's not worth that. He's a small A-lister. Chances are Idris Elba will be worth his 16 million by then, but I'm not paying him more than 11 of the film profits because he doesn't contribute as much to the role. I'm paying him his 12. That's good enough for Idris Elba, and he gets 11 million of the film profits. Yeah, but Ivan, I'm worth like 60, yes, but you don't contribute as much to the role, Idris Elba, and so I'm not going to pay you like your 20 million of the film profits you're ripping off because Takis is only in the prologue and the end of line 3. And so I'm not going to pay you more than that. But you sound like you're 28, 29 million deal. That's good enough. I can easily be cheap and pay you like 5 because you're a minor character, but I'm still making sure you get paid a lot of money at yourself, bro. You're just greedy, yeah. I'm sorry. I just Elba doesn't make 29 million. He makes like his 5, 4, 6, 7, 8. And he signed like almost a 30 million deal as a minor role in my movie. He's a main character of the prologue, but you don't see him until line 3. And I'm still making sure he gets paid the villains. That way he destroys the role. But he's key to the plot. And that's why I want him to destroy the role of my father, Takis the First, obviously. Idris Elba, right? Yeah. got paid today. I probably got on me out of my $600, $650 maybe. Yeah, that's why I'm looking for a full-time job, because Coco Fruity, I'm not full-time anymore. I'm part-time. I only work 3 days a week there. Yeah. Work like 20 hours a week. So I make like 600, 650. Yeah. I want to go back to making my 800, 900, 800, 850, 900. That's why I'm looking for another job, because Coco Fruity, I'm not full-time there anymore. Because the restaurant's slow. That's why I'm looking for another job, obviously. I don't like working there. I don't like closing there. It's too much work. Yeah. 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 I'm sorry. I don't believe you. I don't believe your book is better than Way of Kings and Lord of the Rings. Well, you guys read sections of my book, and what's more entertaining when you read it, right? Yes, Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece, but it's a bit boring for me. My book is not dry and a bit more like Lord of the Rings. It's very entertaining when you read it, as you guys read. It's not boring, my book. It's highly entertaining. It's a masterpiece when you read it. It's an amazing book. Samsara. Yeah. My book is a masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. So the Hollywood actors and Asian managers are greedy. Yeah, they are. They're going to try and get more money out of EVJ, obviously. They're not getting more money, man. I'm going to be strict. You guys are getting greedy. These actors are not getting more money, man. I know you guys want a bigger chunk of the pie. You're not getting more money, man. This is enough. You guys don't make this in Hollywood. On average, right? Yeah. I signed them to the Xanus stars, the massive deals, because their agents are greedy. They want a bigger chunk of the pie, but I'm not paying them money. Yeah. Will the agents try and get more money out of the front end or the back end? The back end. The back end is where the real money is. That's billions in nets for the merch, movie, and the game. That's why they want a bigger chunk of that. Whereas the front end money, they know I'm limited because I have a budget. They're still gonna try and get more money out of me for the front end. Like John Vega's agent might push for like an 11, 12 million side. I'm gonna say no. John gets 8. Avant George's agent might push for John gets 9. Avant George's agent might push for a $7-6 million deal for his base. I'm like, no. Avant George gets 4. He's not getting more than 4. I have to watch it for my budget. I have to pay the crewman too. Yeah. Avant George's agent might push for maybe 7-8 million of the film profits. But no, Avant George gets 5.5. He's not getting more than 5.5. He's a biggest actor. He's not getting more than 5.5. That's good enough. Yeah. Because they know the nets for the merch, movie, and game is in the billions. The agents, hence why they want a bigger chunk of the pie, honestly. But they're not getting more money. There's a reason why me and are making way more than you guys. We're the boss. We're much bigger than you guys. You guys are small compared to us. You're not God, and you're not getting any more money. I'm not going to have you do like that, Samsara. Yeah. Samsara. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there is biblical symbolism in your story. Yes, there is. Yeah. Tachyon saves the Southerns from the South from the devil's grasp, and they get to live with him in his heavenly kingdom in Xanus. Just like Jesus saves those who believe in him when he died on the cross out of hell from Satan's grasp, and they get to live with him in glory in his heavenly kingdom too, heaven, right? That's a symbolism, obviously, in Xanus. But even though Tachyon wants to save all the Southerns, he doesn't save all the Southerns. As he says in the end of Volume 2 in Acts of Savius, some of these children here will not see the north. They will not see my heavenly kingdom. Yeah. Just like, even though Jesus died for everyone, supposedly, not everyone makes it to heaven that he died for. Some go to hell, and they go to hell, right? And they don't get to be with Jesus in his heavenly glory in heaven, obviously. That's the symbolism, obviously. Sounds alive, and I caught that. Yes. Tachyon comes from his glorious heavenly kingdom in Xanus to the south. Obviously, he works for Eli, and people don't believe he's the Prince of Xanus. Just like when Jesus takes on flesh, most of the people don't believe he's the Son of God. They crucify him. They think he's a blasphemer. They put him on trial. Yeah, you get some symbols of that with Xanus too. Lithia has the faith, just like the woman believed. The one woman, when Jesus came back from death, resurrected to life, she believed in Jesus. Lithia believes in Tachyon. She believes what Takyon's saying is true. I believe you, Tachyon. I believe you are who you say you are, the Prince of Xanus. But the other Southerns don't believe. You get the faith symbolism in the Bible, right? Lithia has the faith. But Xanus is not a biblical story, though. As you guys read, it's not like the Bible, but you can get some symbolism from it when you read it, prophecy. Especially Volume 3, you get a lot of Jesus symbols with Takis. You'll say, I mean, read Volume 3, I almost spoil story for you. You get some Jesus symbols with Taki. He's in agony, he prays. You know. He's a changed man. You know. Yeah, like in that scene, Cassius was willing to take Tactius as Tony as serious of a pirate and dish as solid. Yes, he was. He's like, cousin, I found you. You're too important. You're the Prince of Xanus. We're in Eratat's territory. We gotta get the fuck out of here. I think the wolves are coming to mark the land. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Tactius. And Taki's like, no, like, I can't leave with you. He's like, you mean Eli's daughter? I see you already clarify your feelings, Tactius. I'm not sick. I know. We don't have time for this. Takis, forget about Lithia. Even I know you have feelings for her, man. She's not our problem. You're too important. We gotta get the fuck out of here. And Taki's like, no, I can't leave Lithia because he likes her. And we can't just abandon people, Cassius. He's like, they're not our problem, yeah. That's how you know Cassius doesn't really care about the Southern. He's like, look, Takis, they're not our problem, man. I found you. We gotta get the fuck out of this place. We gotta get the fuck out of the South, man. This is Eratat's territory. We're not safe here. This place is cursed. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Taki's like, no, we can't just abandon people. You know. He's like, Takis, think twice of what you're saying. Like, yeah, Takis, you really want the Solomons to live with us in the North? Like, the North don't like the Solomons, Takis, man. That's why you have that huge dispute when they arrive at the walls. I almost will sort of in the second chapter of Volume 3. It's actually funny. You'll see when you read that chapter, guys, right? Yeah, the Northerners don't like the South. The Southerners like the North. It's actually funny, So Xanus is a big city. Oh yeah, it's a huge city. It's the biggest city in Barak is also a huge city. Southeast is a pretty big city, but it's not as big as Xanus. Xanus, you have thousands of civilians living there, man. It's a huge city. Southeast is a pretty big city too. They have like 5,000, 6,000 civilians living there. I think it's something like Minas Tirith for Southeast. It's a stone city. Don't copy Minas Tirith, but it's something like Minas Tirith. It's a stone city. And Xanus is like something like Rivendell. It's like a beautiful, heavenly, you know, Rivendell, you get that beautiful, heavenly feel. Yeah. Xanus is something like that. It's like Rivendell. I told John Hannah, yeah, I want Xanus to be something like Rivendell. But don't copy it. Make it original. Okay, Ivan. It has that heavenly, holy feel. Yeah, it's known as the holy, heavenly kingdom. It has that holy, heavenly feel. It's beautiful. Whereas the South is cursed, obviously. Some sour? Yeah. 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 I'm only gonna make a 1 hour and 20 video, guys, so I'm done. So it won't be as long. I'll do a double header today. I'll most likely make another video in the evening around like 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. I'll make another video today. Obviously. I have to walk to the place and get my bike fixed. Why? It's going to drain most of your money. It will drain quite a bit. It might cost me maybe $70-$80 to fix it. But I need my bike, man. I need to get it fixed. I hate walking to fucking work, man. Yeah. I hate taking the bus too. And the bus costs me money. It's like $4.50 for a fucking bus ticket. Yeah. So when I get my bike fixed, I can now bike to Dinty's. I can bike to Coco Fruity. When I'm done my shift, even though I'm tired, I can bike back home. I don't have to walk. Because I struggle when I walk, after I work at Coco Fruity. My body's drained of energy, man. I'm so tired. I have to walk, and I'm drained of energy. I'm tired, yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Yeah. So Eratet also wants Takius' throne, yes. He wants Takius' throne, obviously. Almost post trophy. Yeah. All I'm gonna say in Volume 3, he's like, Xanus is mine. Yeah, Eratet wants Takius' throne too, obviously. Yeah. Will the wolves kill all the people? They kill some of you, but they also capture them, obviously. Eratet also wants to rule the humans and capture some of them, obviously, like the Scouring of the Shire, but he also will kill some of them too. Because he doesn't like the humans, obviously. Because the wolves don't kill the humans all the time. Sometimes they capture them and they can rule over them and all that stuff. So honestly, I almost spoil story, but Eratet has a hatred towards the humans. And he envies Takius' throne. When you read the book, I won't spoil story for you. That's why the plot of Volume 3 is so deep, obviously. I won't spoil story for you. Yeah. That's why you have this Clash of Kings in my book when you read it, right? There's a book in Game of Thrones called Clash of Kings. Ivan, you copied Game of Thrones? No, I didn't. I had no idea about Game of Thrones when I wrote Xanus. I knew about the show, but I didn't know about the books when I wrote Xanus. I had no idea that George R. R. Martin talked about the North and the South. I didn't know. I had no idea what Game of Thrones was about. I did not copy Game of Thrones. Some people might think I did. I didn't. I had no clue about what Game of Thrones was about when I wrote Xanus. Yeah. I found out about the books and George R. R. Martin later on. When I started writing Xanus, I didn't know about I knew about the show, but I didn't know what it was about. I had no clue what it was about. That's why I didn't copy George R. R. Martin. As in Game of Thrones, you also have the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdoms too, obviously, in Game of Thrones when you read it. But I had no idea what Game of Thrones was about. I didn't copy George R. R. Martin. And I made it original, I made it my own. Because even though in Game of Thrones they have the North and the South, the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom, it's nothing like my book. My book is different. Like the North is holy, the South is cursed. Game of Thrones doesn't have a story like that, right? You have the demon wolves and demon bats. Obviously. Sarah. Does Game of Thrones have better world building than your book? Game of Thrones, all these books like Malzin, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, all that stuff, they have richer world building than my book. But my world building, I think, is more unique. It's more unique than those books. But those books have richer world building than my book, obviously. As they have way more lands. Like Like Game of Thrones, you have the Seven Kingdoms. Lord of the Rings, you have a lot of lands. Way of Kings, you have a lot of lands. With Malzahn, you have a lot of lands too. It's deeper and richer than my book, but my building is more unique. Oh, battery's low. Let me charge it. Yeah. My worldling's more unique, obviously, than those books. But those books have better, richer worldling than my book, obviously. But my worldling's more unique than those books, right? Yeah. As you guys read, right? Yeah, Ivan, your worldling's fucking unique with the North and the South. The Northers and Souths don't like each other. Yeah, it's a very unique worldling, obviously. I think my worldling's more unique than all those books, but their worldling's more richer than mine, obviously. More lands, more descriptions of the lands. Yeah. I might end up reading Game of Thrones. I heard the books are really good. I might purchase maybe the 5 books and read it, but I heard they're long books. They're like 1,300, 1,400 page books. That's fucking long, man. Yeah. My book is not that long. My book might be maybe 900 pages, 850 pages. Not as long as those books, obviously, but it's a better book though. Yeah. So the Salads can't believe Taki's been his names? No. It takes Cassius and Tacitonius to convince them. Obviously, they don't believe. They just can't believe it. It's like blasphemy, right? What the fuck is the Prince of Xanus doing here? And that's why Belle tells Lythia, Lith, that's crazy speech. No one's the heir of Xanus wandering these parts. We're in the South. Even Belle can't believe it. Yeah, but she trusts Lythia with her life. That's her best friend, yeah. Yeah. Sim Sarah? Yeah. 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 So even the hostile crowd in Safis couldn't believe it? No. Yeah. They're like, imposter, I remember this man. This is the man you locked in the dungeon, Eli. And his 2 friends, fellow Northerns, deemed the same. Yeah. Obviously. And Eli's like, this man's no imposter. He's Sir Prince Tacius, son of royal blood, heir to the Zayn throne. Why did you seize him or throw him in a dungeon? It was a misunderstanding on my part, you know what I'm saying? Imposter thieves! You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm now sick, I know. Young man, does Eli speak the truth? Are you really the son from the north? the son of royal blood, the son of Takis the first. And when Taki says I am, the whole crowd is shocked. You get the whispers and everything, yeah. You get some G symbol that obviously in the Bible when he says I am. Yeah. He's really the prince, the son of Takis the first, the stories, the last prince, yeah. Obviously. That's really good. He's already looking at a masterpiece, I know, looking at a masterpiece. So the Southerns know about the Generation 2. They've heard stories about it. It has been passed down for generations, obviously. Yeah, when people came to the walls, some Tacius the first must have told some of them about the stories about his son and everything, and that's how it gets passed down, obviously. That's how they know, right? When they deliver the weapons, the Northerns, Tacius the first, some of the Northerns, they tell themselves about the North and everything. And the people who deliver the weapons, they see Xanus is beautiful, and they say it's a heavenly kingdom and everything. That's how the stories get passed down to the Southerns. That's how they know. And the Northerns tell them stories about Eretan. That's how the Southerns know too. They know the story. That's how they know. I don't explain in the book, but that's obviously how they know. So if you think it's a plot hole, I explain to you the supposed plot hole. That's how the Southerns know, guys. When they deliver the weapons, they see that the North is beautiful, and they pass it down. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like a heavenly kingdom. That's how the Southerns know. Obviously. Yeah. Some sound. And that's why Xanus was the best fight novel written and the best movie just made. Anyways, guys, here's where I talk for now 20 minutes. That's good enough. I'll make another video tonight in the evening around maybe 5, 6 o'clock around there. And tomorrow I'll make a video after my daunting shift. I go over 40. This is Adam. I'm signing out. Peace. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. Peace out, guys.